Hello. I wanted to jump on here today and provide you some guidance around what is going on right now and also what's to come, what's happening in the next couple of weeks or so. So I received notification from one of my students about a deep earthquake that happened on the 2nd of October. And that deep earthquake was near Fiji. And there were several then that came from that earthquake in Japan and also across the whole of the world, including one in Auckland that was reported as a 4 magnitude earthquake. So last night I was sitting and I just felt this incredible kind of whoosh of energy wash over me. This was roughly about 7 o'clock in the evening, and I experienced it like a wave flowing through my body. And I couldn't understand what was going on, and I asked Spirit, and that's when I wrote the post about this incredibly fiery, fierce energy. So apart from the planetary influences that we've got going on, which is so much of it is influencing how we feel right now, and we're in new moon, okay? The earth is also shifting. So when the earth is shifting, we feel it in our bodies so much because our bodies are the earth. And because you are a sensitive, you're an empath, you will experience these shifts deeply within your body. As part of the shifts that's been happening for the earth is to release density, to release and recalibrate, okay? And release most of the density that is held within the layers of the earth and the realms of the earth as well. It's almost like the earth is shedding its skin. And this is interesting because this has come across my field so much in the last few days. This card, this message around shedding skins. And we are going through the same process of shedding skins. And it's so exciting. It's exciting in a way because, you know, we are going to come out of that old patterning or way of being into the new. And as we're wriggling our way out of that skin, there is some pushing and shoving and recalibrating needed, okay? Part of what is happening in the earth right now as well, and a lot of people have reported being really tearful, feeling quite sad, is the release of density, is also the release of trauma and fear codes within the earth that's been held within the earth. If you think about Mama Gaia being a natural transmuter, so whenever we release energy, she transmutes that, she alchemizes it, okay? But I feel like she's come to a point where she's like, enough is enough. I've had enough. I'm starting to shift. And this is all part of the process of evolution, of ascension for her as well. With any kind of major shift that we feel in the earth, we are all going to feel that. And especially sensitives and empaths have said that they feel the sadness. They feel the sadness of the earth as she's releasing that. You know, and there is sadness that is around, very much around how we're treating the earth, how we're treating our bodies, ourselves, especially with the stuff that's going on now in terms of the pinprick, you know, that toxins and stuff that we're putting in our bodies, that's directly affecting the body of the earth as well. I'm not saying don't have it, okay? It's your choice. It's entirely your choice what you do. But I am working, as I said on my previous live, on a protocol, and I've shared some of it already with you in my previous video around how to mitigate the risks of these toxins and the way that it's affecting your body. It's very much about really starting to master your own energy, master and work in co-creation with the energy of the earth. Really listening to Mama Gaia, listening to her and say, how can I help you? And this was such an incredible message that came through just before I jumped on this live, is about, you know, some of my Centaur students told me what they're experiencing. And I was like, you know, yes, the earth is shifting. There is a possibility that there's going to be more earthquakes that we're going to see. And this has been predicted. But let's not sit in the fear of that. Let's rise beyond that fear and look at how we can help, how we can stabilize the earth through our own light and through our own empowerment and our own healing. Okay. So part of your work here as a healer, a sensitive, someone that is here to really work with the planet, the evolution of the planet, the ascension process, is to really anchor in your light. Okay, send your healing into the earth. Ask for Mama Gaia to be stabilized, for energies to be reharmonized as she is literally exploding out of her skin. There's going to be ripple effect that is created across the earth. So now it's about bringing harmony and peace and kind of restoration back. Okay, and this is kind of I'd say one of the last really huge shifts that is going to be happening before the end of this year. Okay, there's a few others coming, but they're not going to be as drastic as these ones. I'm just listening to what my team is saying. So in terms of what you can do right now and how to help yourself, okay, and how to help the earth, part of my work here as a healer, as working with the energy of Centaur, the frequency of Centaur, the seraphim, the highest beings of light, is to really work on the earth grid, the earth, the stabilization of the earth. Okay, a while ago I was sent a sword through a vision that I needed to place at the top of the earth and twist it almost like a key, and then I saw these blue lights coming down into the earth, and it was literally when we had that major earthquake that happened in Auckland, or there was one in Christchurch as well, and everyone was feeling quite afraid about it. So I feel like each of you have to really connect to your intuition right now. Step into that softer, deeper connection. Speak to Mama Gaia. Ask what it is that she needs, what she requires right now. How can you help her? Because when you help the earth, you also help yourself. We are all connected on so many levels. Okay, so that's really important right now. We are going to see some drastic earth shifts, and I have spoken about this in my previous videos as well. We're definitely going to see some drastic earth shifts, but I feel like they said to me just now that this is a major shift that's needed to really kind of release the not the last, but a huge part of this density. And it all has to do with this awakening wave that we received. And we could see that was very apparent in the frequency of the earth, in the earth's heartbeat. When that wave hit us, it was like, oh my gosh, it was so intense. So we're receiving waves of energy from the central sun, from the universe, okay? We're receiving waves of energy coming through as the earth is shifting. So there's a lot going on. It's okay not to be okay during this time, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. What is the most important is to really connect, not disconnect from it all, but to connect within. Go into nature. Go and speak to the trees. You know, the trees, the plants have wisdom. Connect with the whales, connect with the seas, connect with the elements around you to really be able to bring that information and see how you can work in co-creation with all of these incredible energies that is supporting us through this ascension process. And yeah, so that's really what's coming through for me in terms of where we're at the moment and where we're going. So how the rest of the year is going to be looking, like I said, I feel and I've been told that there's definitely going to be more shifts that's going to be coming in terms of our emotional mental state, as the energy of oppression is really being cleared, okay? And that is an energy of oppression where our free will is being taken away from us, where that sense of I am not able to choose for myself, there's a big energetic push to really upgrade our energy, to raise our frequency so that we can make clear choices for ourselves, and that the right information, the truth rises within you, and that you can make those right choices that is in alignment with your highest, greatest good right now. So if you're watching the live, say hi, send me a love heart. If you're watching the replay, please do so as well, and put hashtag replay. I want to provide some spirit guidance today, and if you comment, let's see, if you comment with a purple heart, I'm not going to be able to pull a card for everybody today, but if you comment with a purple heart, I will energetically check in and see whether I can pull a card for you. Okay, so if you want to share this video with other people whilst I'm on a live, share it out to your group, to your people, to your friends, that we can get this information out to so many people. Okay, this is really relevant, really important right now, to be able to really support yourself, your family, your loved ones. And as I've been working on this protocol, which is called the Centaura Energy Healing and Clearing Protocol, and this is to mitigate the risks of the vaccine, I've received so much incredible information about how there's other methods and things out there like sound waves, sound frequency, that can actually help to heal and destroy the virus. And none of this information is being shared. It's interesting, publicly through the television and that kind of stuff. That's not being shared. It's kind of, you have to go look for it. The information is there, it's available, but you have to look for it. So I will be sharing the protocol when it's finished. Okay, interesting. So the first card, I'm just going to pull one for the collective, is the Shadow card. The Shadow card. And this is really about facing your shadows, really about, and look at the wings, about releasing the shadow, really kind of looking at parts of your life that is showing up for you right now, whether it's relationships, parts of your life that's showing up, whether it's showing up in terms of how you look after yourself, your health, your well-being, your spiritual connection. Okay, and if you have any doubts and fears and you are beating yourself up continuously, like, which skin are you needing to shed right now? Which skin? Or maybe you are to look at yourself and rub yourself up against something a bit, just like snakes do, to release all of the emotional stuff, to let it come out and to let it explode and to let it be seen and be heard and be felt, so that you can clear yourself. And as with any kind of rebirthing process that you're going through, there's always a sense of vulnerability, a sense of feeling vulnerable once you've just kind of been born. And it's about really honoring that and not beating yourself up, not feeling like, oh my gosh, I did something wrong, but really allowing yourself to go, I'm in the right place now for me. I'm in the right time for me. My soul knew that I was going to come here for a reason, and that I am here to do something great and amazing. If it's being the most amazing, beautiful mother or grandmother, or just being in the moment, enjoying being with your family, your children. But if you have a deeper calling to share your light, to share who you are, then really step up now, my darlings, okay? Rise beyond the fear of what you have and what you perceive and all the information that we're being bombarded with. And it's really about this awakening wave, kind of bringing up all our shadows, all our stuff to be witnessed, to bring to consciousness that which we need to acknowledge, which we need to heal. And it's often set in a lot of ancestral trauma is being healed now as well, okay? And like I said earlier on in the video, Mother Gaia's had enough. She's like, I'm done with this trauma. I'm done with this dense energy. I'm done with all of this. I want to be rid of it. I want to ascend. I want to move into higher realms. And I'll share a quick story with you before I start pulling individual cards for you guys. During one Centaura Earth Healing session that I did with my Centaura students, we literally were standing on the side of the earth, and we were pulling the earth, or pushing the earth up through this vortex, new vortex, which is a new dimension, new energetic it's almost like they say it's a slipway, okay, slipway. And we were pushing the earth up into this higher, or through the slipway. And it was the most incredible experience to be able to deeply hold and just stand there and hold space for the earth while she was ascending, while she was going through this incredibly sacred and beautiful kind of expansion into that next phase of where she needed to go. And so, yeah, it's amazing. So don't ever doubt yourself. If you see yourself, you know, helping the earth or working with the trees or working with the dolphins and everything, please honor that. You are not going crazy, okay? Your gifts are coming through you in such an incredible way right now. And so it's important to honor whatever you're seeing, whatever's coming through you. And when you release the shadows, you open your channel. You allowing and giving yourself permission for more information to come through you, for your gifts to come through you in a new and different way. Okay, so let me have a look-see. Okay, so Jane Tolman, this card is for you, my darling. Oh, and there it goes. Okay, this one's for you. Oh, interesting. The Outlaw. The Outlaw. Okay. Just as I'm sitting in your energy, I'm not sure why I feel this, but I feel like a real rebel kind of energy come in. Okay, someone that is also pushing against the boundaries a little bit, pushing against societal boundaries, parental boundaries, and that you are really here to stir things up, and that there is a deep sense of fear around doing that. You have a deep calling to speak your truth and really share that with the world, and I feel like it's important for you to do that. I just want to see what this card says as well in the little book. Let's see. Now this is my new card deck, which I absolutely love. Let's see what this says. Okay. When you pull this card, it is time to go against the grain. It can be very scary to do this, but all humans at some point or another have received the message that conforming is necessary for survival, okay? And this is so true for what is happening in our life right now. So Jane, thank you for bringing through your energy so that we all can get this message as well. Conforming, you know, following the herd mentality and following the sheep or in front of you. We are not meant to be that way. We are sovereign beings. We are individuals. We have a sovereign soul code. We are not meant to be conforming, okay? We're meant to express ourselves through our individualism, through our creativity. And that's what's coming through very strongly for you now, Jane, is to really stop playing small. And I'm just going to say it, stop playing small, but really allow yourself to express yourself in whatever way you want to express yourself. Moving forward into creating more, into really standing in that truth, standing up for what you believe in. Okay, I'm going to read what else it says. In fact, we are hardwired to be that way, to conform, because early on in human history, the individuals that were outcast from the tribe would not survive. And this is very interesting. When you, in the old days, and this is where a lot of ancestral patterning is coming from, if you did not conform, or if you did something that the tribe leaders or whatever didn't like, or the chief or whatever, you were either killed or you were cast out. Or if you were seen as different, you were cast out and you weren't necessarily brought into the group, and you weren't accepted. So we have deep wounding around that, deep wounding around being judged, not being accepted. And the message here in all of this is that we are no longer in that society. We're no longer in that lifetime. We're no longer in that timeline. So it's really about empowering ourselves. What do we choose? What do we accept? How do we accept ourselves? How do we love ourselves? How can we really share our truth in everything that we do? And it has to come from a heart space, not from a head space. Okay. So the fear that lives within us still, if we go against the pack, that fear is like it's threatening our survival, especially in terms of the vaccine. And if we don't have the vaccine, that we're going to die. That's the kind of essence of what's going on and what's going around. If I don't have the vaccine, I won't be able to go to a restaurant and have dinner. If I don't have the vaccine, I won't be able to do the things that I used to do, go to festivals or whatever. So it's almost like this real deep wound of being ostracized is coming up for us again, and it's really about healing that now, standing in your truth, allowing yourself to rise beyond the fear of that and go, but I do have free will, okay? I do have a choice in this matter. I can choose for myself. Okay. But the outlaw gives us the courage to stand alone in stark contrast with that which is widely accepted or normalized. The outlaw pushes for progress within the collective. The outlaw is a good ally for when we are working on breaking free of limiting inherited patterns and beliefs. A balanced and healthy outlaw lives by their own personal compass. They are honorable and live with integrity, but it may not always be how others perceive right or wrong. For example, they won't say stealing is bad no matter what. They will ask, why is it being done and what is it for? And this is really about, I suppose the outlaw card is about asking the questions. Why are things happening the way they're happening? And is this for the highest, greatest good of me and of all? And Jane, thank you so much for this energy and your energy in this card, because I feel like it's so important for this message for everybody right now. Okay, so an unbalanced outlaw, and this is what happens when we kind of giving our power away. So Jane, in situations where you might be giving your power away, when you're not clear on your decision making, okay, that creates an imbalance in your body. And that becomes easy for you to isolate, easy for you to withdraw, and not wanting to be part of things, not because you feel, and I can feel your energy, you feel other people's pain and their energy so profoundly, and you're an empath. So it's all about going, okay, how do I cleanse my energy? How do I clear my energy? How do I rejuvenate myself through self-care, through practices, to be able to fully stand as a clear, pure channel rooted in the earth and here to share my truth and my message with this planet, with this world, okay? And not isolating yourself, but isolation is something that happens when our boundaries are being pushed, when our limitations are being brought to the surface, okay? And it's like when we don't want to face something, that's when we feel like we want to isolate, we retract, we withdraw, or we shrivel. Okay, so which one are you doing right now? Which one are you having to acknowledge? And which part of those, or which skin do you need to peel away to reveal the layers so that you can heal, that you can be vulnerable? Okay. So this may also turn when an outlaw, when they withdraw and they sit in isolation, they can also become quite destructive, and they have internal and external destructive tendencies. And this could look like, for instance, reaching for the ice cream pot. And I'm not saying this is Jane, but I think all of us, have these tendencies. When we withdraw, we reach outside of us instead of inside of us for the answers. And the main thing here is to really stay connected with your body, your messenger. What is your body wanting? What is the earth wanting? What is it that your higher self and the pure stream of higher consciousness is coming through or bringing through you? How can you raise your frequency whenever you are in isolation or moving into a state of isolation? And I'm not saying isolation always a bad thing, because we do sometimes need space to ourselves. But when we move into a space of that deep isolation, where we don't want to engage, when we don't want to be part of this world, okay, that's when we go into destructive mode, where we reach for the bottle of wine, or we reach for the ice cream, or we start breaking down relationships that is there to really be enjoyed. And the first thing that happens is communication. So Jane, I also feel like your relationships need some work at the moment to really keep that communication open for you and with others, to communicate how you feel, how you want to bring change, how you want to be seen in the world as well. And that all stands within your truth. So there you go, my darling. Beautiful, amazing message. Okay, let's see who else. Okay, if you're just coming on, just comment, Jody. If I've missed you, sorry, I'll go back. But Jody, yeah, Jody Marie, this one is for you if you're still online. Okay, and that one just jumped out. Ah, it's the same card. I'm going to go for it. It's the same card, so it's the same message, but I'll make sure that I shuffle properly this time, and that lots wanting to jump out. Okay. All right, Spirit. There we go. Play. Jody, this one's for you. Play the dolphins. And over the last couple of weeks, we've certainly seen the dolphins come in New Zealand to remind us to play. There's so much going on, and remind us about the wonder of life, okay, that we actually, these beings are coming in to connect with us. So Jody, I really feel for you, just sitting in your energy. I feel for you. I feel like you're quite a playful person anyway, and that you're quite a fun person, but sometimes it's like, will I be judged? Will people see who I really am? Okay, don't hide it. Bring forward, work with the dolphins, bring forward this playful, beautiful, fun nature, quirky nature, okay, I'm being told as well. Mysticism, there is a mysticism, like a mystical energy around you as well, really deeply set in ancient wisdom and arts. When I talk about mystic arts, I'm talking about crystals, I'm talking about oracle cards, working with the mysticism, the elements, the elementals as well. So bringing through and allowing yourself to play, And I want to see what this card says as well. Let's see. It doesn't have any numbers in this book, so I'm having to okay, it's not going to be an easy one to find, is it? No, it is. It is going to be easy to find, and I might have to go through the whole book, but it's not. So whilst I'm looking at it, play is such an important part of us releasing density and really helping ourselves to find the creativity and the wonder within us as well. And my loves, I'm just telling you that my body right now is incredibly hot. So you are receiving healing through this transmission, through this video as well. So afterwards, please, can you drink plenty of water? Go outside and ground yourself. There is so much healing that's being received through this video as well, okay? And you might really feel it, or you might feel your body go hot or tingles. Come on, card. Ah, there we go. Okay. In the process of becoming an adult, many of us have bought into the idea that all the things we do must have a purpose. But one of the most magical things we can do is invest ourselves in something that has no point, to simply act from a place of creation without any desired result or outcome. And I want to share something with you, and I'm sure my client won't mind if I share this. She spoke to me yesterday during a session, and she said to me, the most beautiful thing that I loved, or the thing that I loved the most, was going out, playing in the drains where the water was and the dirty mud and stuff. And she said when it was raining, she would go in there and she would just play and get all muddy and dirty, and it was the most fun thing she could ever have done, okay? And it was frowned upon by family members, and because of that, she kind of shut that down, the playfulness of it, the freedom of it, the fact that she could do that, she could get dirty and that it would be okay. Because life, in a lot of aspects, you know, we've become too perfect. We've become too perfect in who we are and what we're doing, and we won't do something unless it's perfect. So this card and the dolphins are really reminding us that it's important to play. It's important to get yourself, you know, dirty sometimes and your hands dirty. And the most amazing thing for me, I love putting my hands in paint. I'm an artist as well. So I love putting my hands in paint and getting my hands all over the canvas, getting it all dirty, okay? Because you can shower it off afterwards. And also the concept of being in the rain, getting wet. Some people are like, oh no, I'll get wet. My goodness, get out there in the rain. It's the most healing, blessed, amazing, joyful, playful thing that you can do. So don't stop yourself, okay? Jody, I feel like definitely bringing out more play in your life is so important. So if you feel called to make a fort, you want to paint or draw, make a collage, jump in puddles or on the trampoline, or whatever you want to do, okay? Even in well-being or in your health, playfully running up and down and skipping instead of running, okay? Bringing some fun and play into your day is so important. This is not to say you shouldn't take pictures, make money, receive compliments, or burn calories. It only means make sure you're partaking in activities where you have zero expectations, but where you are creating and where it's fun and where you're playing. The dolphin is an ally for those who have a tendency to isolate. Okay, so this is interesting because this is what I felt, Jody. You have this deep sense of play and fun within you, but sometimes it's like, ooh, I can't show it to people because what will people say? Really shine your light, okay? I feel like you touch so many people's lives and that there's more to come for you, so that you are like this beautiful, magical, very bright, shining star, like a diamond I'm being shown, which is just kind of oozing its light out to people. And it's very much sat in fun and play and igniting that for other people as well. And being silly. Okay. So, in addition to that, these dolphins are incredibly social creatures and are often seen playing within their pods. They are empathetic and have not only been documented helping fellow injured dolphins, but they also do the same for humans and whales. So call upon dolphins as an ally if you struggle connecting with others, or you relax, or you feel like you're not relaxing in social environments, okay? So there you go, my love. That's your card. Amazing. Thank you for that message. This is beautiful. Amazing, Jane. I'm glad that resonated for you, darling. So if you're just jumping on and you want me to pull a card for you, just put a purple heart, okay? And Jody says, this is so me. I'm very playful, but anxiety gets me stuck in a serious space and I lose ability for fun. So there you go. I'm so glad that that's landing for you as well. Oh, beautiful. Healing from perfectionism and fear of judgment. Beautiful. I'm so glad. Hannah, you are next, my darling. Okay. Please feel free to share this post or share this video with friends and tell them that I'm on live right now, because sometimes Facebook's weird and people don't get my notifications that I'm going on live. So if you're jumping in, put a purple heart, and if I can get to you and do a card for you before my battery runs out, then I will do that. Okay, I'll try and do one for everybody, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, this one is for Hannah. Hannah. Okay, Hannah, Spirit, are you gonna pick now, or am I gonna pick? What's happening here? Okay, there it is. Strength. There's your card, Hannah. Strength is needed right now. And I'm going to just say it. The words that comes through straight away is stop doubting yourself. Okay. really, really standing strong in your anchor, in your truth, and what is coming through you. Stop doubting yourself that you are the magnificent, incredible, beautiful person that you are, and that you are here to make change, that you're here to bring through this energy of strength for people as well. So as you are learning what strength means for you, you are actually, in essence, also learning how to anchor that strength so that you can teach other people how to do that. And so on this beautiful card, you can see the roots and the connection with like the network of the leaves. It's like a network. So when you anchor in your roots and you strengthen yourself and you connect with what it means for you to be strong, okay? It's like you connect to this whole network of awesomeness, magical stuff that is really going to be downloaded and come through you, which is so powerful. And oh, it makes me excited. I want to cry, because it's like, it makes me so excited about what this means for you and this message that's coming through your energy. It's like, what does strength mean for you? I think we've forgotten really what it means for us, how we can empower ourselves through holding ourselves, through seeing ourselves, through loving ourselves, and really honoring that goddess, that fieriness, that passion that you have within you. So yeah, amazing. And then let's see what it says in the book. Let's hope we can find it quicker this time. It won't be in that one. I think it's fire. Yeah, so strength is definitely something that we need right now in this time, where we being, you know, a lot of what we think we were and perceptions of who we are, that's being questioned. So it's really staying within connection with your higher self, connection with Mother Gaia, and being inquisitive and asking questions around what is important for you right now, okay? What's your strength? So this card indicates a time where you need to tap into your reserve of strength and resilience. There may be things coming up in your life right now that require courage and willingness to push forward. So, and it also requires you to go to the spaces that's uncomfortable, to really dive deep into seeing those uncomfortable spaces, acknowledging them, allowing them to be transmuted, allowing the wisdom, the lesson from that to really move through you. And then, yeah, then your ability to adjust to any transition or loss or change will depend on your patience in riding out the storm. Yesterday I got this card and Spirit showed me, you know, being in the storm, like we're going through the walls of the storm right now. If you think about a big tornado, and we're kind of going through the walls of the storm right now, and then we are moving into the center point where there is stillness. And this is where you can really go, okay, I've gone through the worst of it. Now let me take a breath. Let me see what's important to me. Let me see what I need to release. I have time to let go of stuff now, and then move through the other side of the storm with renewed energy, rejuvenation, feeling so much more or stronger in your beliefs and in everything that is coming through for you, and really holding your power, holding your own energy, because you've been through the storm. Okay. A really good crystal to work with here for you as well, Hannah, is labradorite, and this goes for everybody. Labradorite is a stone that can open your psychic and intuitive abilities and also help strengthen your will and protect your personal energies. So in a world where we are living, where we are receiving this bombardment of information and energetic uploads from other people, which we don't want anyway, you know, work with crystals. Bring crystals, and labradorite is, here's a piece of labradorite that I've got here. Don't know if you can see it very well, but it kind of has like a beautiful blue rainbow sheen to it. It's one of my favorite crystals to work with. I always have it next to my bed. It protects me. So Hannah, strength. You are strong, my darling. You just need to start owning it. Own it, own it, own it. in your relationships, especially in your relationships with close people and your family, especially, honoring that what is coming through you is the truth, is the right thing, and that absolutely you are here to show and teach this of how to be strong, how to really stand in what you believe. Okay, beautiful. All right, I can do one more card, beloveds, because I feel like my battery is going to die very soon. So let's do one more person. Let me see. Karen, you have just popped up for me. So Karen Miller, I'll quickly do a card for you. Let's hope the battery lasts for this one. It is going to last for this one. And I feel like these messages are very relevant for all of us in terms of, you know, how we are going to move through the rest of the year. How do we want to move through the rest of the year? Through strength and through, you know, pushing against those boundaries and things that are not necessarily your truth, but really standing in your own truth as well. This one is for you, Karen. Power. Amazing. I've had these cards so much over the last few days. Being the torch bearer, really being the lighthouse. And I know that for you, you're not feeling that at the moment, and there's a lot coming up for you. And just energetically checking into your energy. It does feel like kind of that you're in a period where you are going through kind of still waters. That's all I can describe it as. I'm actually seeing the waters are quite still. They're just rippling. And yeah, a real deepening of your energy is happening. That's what I'm being told as well. It's like I'm seeing this deep water and deepening of energy, and it's just kind of under the surface, but there's deep power, deep grace. Yeah, like I feel like it, you know, when it explodes or when it starts turning and moving and shifting, it's going to create a real ripple. But right now in this moment, it's just about honoring this time that you're in of kind of reharmonization is the word that's coming through in terms of your energy, in terms of connection with yourself. I feel like that a really important thing, and what I said to you earlier on, is being in nature, connecting with the earth, allowing yourself, because that's who you are, really feeling into what is needed through the earth from nature right now, connecting with that, and that will really help you to move through whatever you're going through. Okay, so power. Let's see. I love these cards. They're amazing. They've come to me about 6 weeks ago, which is interesting, through social media. And I looked at them and I was like, I have to have those cards. And I've only worked with them for like 3 days, and they've just been incredibly powerful in their messages, and in the connection that I have with them, and being able to channel through them has just been so good. So thank you, universe, for sending me these cards. Okay, here we go. Are you listening, Karen? You are more powerful than you could imagine. This card serves as a reminder that within you lies an infinite well of power. And that's what I feel like. It's like a well, a massive well, a sea well, full with sea, water. And it's just this deep, kind of dark, simmering power underneath the surface. You can source this whenever you choose. Do not be afraid to tap into that power. Throughout our lives, we may have given our power to others, or it was stripped away, but we always have the ability to call it back to us. Okay, so there is an animal that comes through this card as well, which is the bear. The bear teaches us that understanding and working with our personal cycles amplifies our personal power. And I feel like you are definitely going through a cycle of reharmonization, of almost stillness, of recalibration, really, that is important for you. And it is obviously, bears hibernate, but when they hibernate, they go into a state of torpor, which is actually they don't. It's not like they can't be woken up. They do wake up if they are disturbed. but they go into a deep state of almost where their body shuts down, their digestion slows down, they don't need to eat, and they go into a very deep sleep. And I feel like this is what it is for you as well, Karen, is that you are in that kind of state of hibernation and really having to nurture yourself, really having to just be in this space, and not nurture and nourish, not eating too much food. That's what I also feel like, but really honoring your body with some really high vibrational foods whilst your energy is being recalibrated. I feel like there's a real dense energy around you, which I would love for you to shift. And I'm just going to ask Spirit to start doing that for you now. But the attention of this energy will come to you right now as I'm speaking about it, and just asking for this energetic release to happen between you. It is a male energy as well. And just feeling like it's dragging you down a little bit. So just wanting that to shift for you, wanting and asking permission for that to go now for you. Okay. But also, Karen, you have the ability to do that. So just allowing that to shift out of your energy so that you can have this time and space, which is so needed for you to really hibernate and, you know, love yourself. Gosh, my body is so hot. You guys are getting lots of healing today. So the crystal for this one is the citrine, and citrine is all about getting things done. So once you get out of hibernation, once you're kind of coming out of these deep waters, there is going to be a sense of what now? Okay, so the citrine really helps pull us out of that state of deep waters into flow, into action. And it strengthens your determination, your will, and your ability to bring your ambitions into physical form. Its fiery energy clears your power center of any feelings of unworthiness and encourages you to take action. So call upon citrine when you need help clearing any blockages or anything around you that is stopping your abundance, your success, taking action, and holding your personal power. So wow. That's awesome. I love that. How is that landing for you, Karen? I hope she's still here. Yeah, so my loves, I hope that messages today landed for you in so many different ways and forms, and that you will walk away from this session today with higher consciousness and expansion, and I set the intention for that. And that these messages will be anchored and land for you, and that all energy healing that's been received through this process, through this connection, through this higher stream of consciousness will be received with ease and grace. And I send you so, so much love. Please feel free to invite people into this group and really help them to access this information so that we can really help empower more people. I love you so much, and I send you so much love from my heart to yours. Have a beautiful day. See ya.